So as some of you know, the last Thursday, March 20th, was the spring equinox. Do you know that? Okay. The word equinox is derived from the Latin words meaning equal night, equal. On this day, all over the world, you can show the picture. Days and nights are approximately equal. Also, this is when the sun rises exactly in the east and it sets exactly in the west. So we are here, spring, where's spring? Oh, there. Yeah, our Earth is inclined this way, so they spin around the sun. The spring, summertime, we receive lots of sunlight directly, very hot. But in like a southern hemisphere is actually very cold because they don't receive much sun. So right now, spring in the between winter and the summer. So it's I think this is the best season for everyone. So many Japanese people, especially those who appreciate Buddhist concepts, customarily celebrate this season as Higan or Ohigan. Higan are Buddhist memorial services. They occur twice a year for a period of 7 days, 3 days before and 3 days after the spring and the autumn equinoxes. The word Higan means the other shore. In Buddhism, it refers to nirvana, a state of spiritual liberation. People in ancient times, probably in India, so believed that heaven was located in the area due west of them, and that hopefully they could get there after death. Therefore, they longed for the sun and worshipped it, especially when it set exactly in the west. So that is Ohiga. So next photo. So this is my family in Japan. Right now, they celebrate Ohiga. So the left side is my mother, over 80 years old.
Beautiful.
She cries a lot. Where is Stephen? Yeah, so that's the grave. So Higan is also the time of seasonal change. There is a saying that Atsa Samsa mo Higan made. It means neither heat nor cold lasts beyond the equinox. Higan is the most comfortable season of the year, in between winter and summer. So in Japan, during Higan, people visit family graves to comfort the spirit of ancestors. That's very important for us. So I'm thinking now, if after I die, if I go there or stay here, create a new tomb here. That is my homework. So Shumei's founder, Meishu Sama, which means master of light, used this word Higan in the teachings of Kannon's Way. Kannon's Way is one of Shumei's spiritual practices that promotes peace and harmony in human society through cultivating moderation and balance. Meisama writes, everything should be done in moderation, and faith is no exception. If you become too passionate in your faith, you might end by burning up. But if too passive, you might end being frozen. Ideally, things should stay in balance between hot and cold, like a higan. Like the warm water suitable for an enjoyable bath. That is moderation. The world up to now has not taken this seriously and has not tried to achieve a general level of moderation. People now go to extremes, either too hot or too cold. But Kanon's way can teach them the path of warm water at just the right temperature. So that is Kanon's way. So I'm trying to stay in the middle between two extremes, but it's not easy. I'm always somewhere inclined this way, that way. But this is the ideal point. I'm trying to encourage us to stay there. So from now on, the daylight hours start getting longer and the nights start getting shorter. So you can enjoy hiking earlier in the morning and later in the evening. I'm so glad I can still walk after evening sampai, go up to the hill. So also you can also save money on electricity at night time, right?
Yeah.
It's a good benefit. Of course, the spring season brings warming temperatures and the rebirth of flora and fauna. It also makes wildlife more active. So I took these photos yesterday.
Very nice.
So this is, do you know where?
Yeah.
So maybe next one.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a cherry blossom on the tree. Kaicho Sensei, Shumei's current president, Kaicho Sensei, and his son Tamao Sensei planted the year 2011. Just right there. So we have a sign you can enjoy later. So beautiful. It should be soon in full bloom. This is most good. So you can enjoy. We had a party last year, I think. We drink sake, eat something. So we can try this way here also. So in springtime, the snow melts and becomes a stream. The stream becomes a river, and the river flows into the ocean. The water from the ocean evaporates up into the sky and returns to the earth as rain. Everything changes form and shape and circulates back through nature. This is how nature regenerates itself. Nothing escapes this vast ecosystem. So in a similar manner, the spiritual body of human beings also change and regenerate. After one dies, the body returns to the earth, go to the grave, and the spirit leaves the body and goes to the spiritual world and eventually comes back to the earth as a different person. This is reincarnation. I hope you accept this. But some of you may be difficult, but I believe so. So Meiji-sama writes, repeatedly reborn and repeatedly dying, man's spirit travels toward eternal happiness. This is from Life and Death, Meishu-san. Everything in this world comes from nature and eventually returns to nature. Trees, weeds, and rocks are very close to nature and can easily return to the earth without causing harm to the environment. But things made of metal, such as iron, aluminum, copper, and so on, or things made of glass, are a bit distant from nature. They require large amounts of fossil fuels to make and damage the environment. They take a long time to return to the earth. So lastly, things made of fossil fuels such as vinyl, plastic, polyester, urethane, and so on, and harmful to life and difficult to return to the earth. They degrade slowly and damage the environment. Human civilization is made of these things, and the more civilization advances, the more toxic its products tend to become. So although our lives may be comfortable and convenient, especially in advanced countries such as this one, they do not seem suitable. When we look around, many things are deteriorating and causing problems which were not seen before, such as environmental pollutions that I already mentioned about, health hazard by food contamination, medical error, official corruption by politicians and the police, excessive domestic violence, and so on. So we cannot trust others if they will provide us right things. People tend to suspect each other. We are losing the trust and peace in our society. So let me read. So one paragraph from Essential Teachings of Meishu-sama. This is a new person. You should look at the world of nature. Nature is constantly progressing and climbing upward, renewing itself without a moment's pause. See how the human population of the world increases year by year. Every year, more land is expanded to the next. However, this progress should not be just a matter of material improvement in work or business or social status. That would be no more than a shallow and unstable kind of thing, like grass without roots. Most importantly, we must improve and elevate our souls. That is the elevation you must achieve with an elevation of character. With this in mind, you must take one step at a time on a long road and pile new self on old. Of course, you must not be impatient. It takes a long time, but eventually you will become a fine person. Indeed, the determination itself is enough to make anyone a fine person. The certain result of this is that you will be trusted by everyone and will become successful, happy, and fortunate. Thank you. New man, new person. So I think this is the best season to make a determination, firm determination to be a new person today, I believe. So Meisama received a divine revelation at the summit of Mount Nokogiri in Japan in 1931. Inwardly, he witnessed a spiritual conversion from night to day. This was worldwide shift in consciousness from darkness to light and from sadness to joy. According to Meisama, change occurs once every 3,000 years or so, and it is extremely significant to humankind. So our lifespan is usually no more than 100 years, maybe. So the oldest recorded person in human history, do you know how old the person lived? 122. The French woman. So that was a record. So although we may study history, it can be hard to recognize underlying patterns that involve vast periods of time. The science of astrology comes the closest to this ability, but even that has different ways of interpreting things. But Meishu-sama received his information directly from spirit, like Sheila mentioned, directly.
Right.
This was not second-hand information, directly came to Meishu-sama. So after this revelation, he explained to his student how they could best fit into this new world of light. So I'd like to explain one by one. So yeah, this is the first one, it's okay. Oh, first one. The first one, understanding spirituality. Spirituality, this is very important. So understand that this world is not only material, but also spiritual. That which is invisible is more important than that which can be seen, heard or touched. Spirit is at the core of humans, society, and the world. To paraphrase the, I don't know how to pronounce it,
To paraphrase the Jesu theologian.
Do you know him? Do you know this?
To paraphrase the Jesu theologian, Pierre Deschades.
Okay.
Jesu.
Do you know? Jesu theologian.
Yes.
Jesu so
Theologian.
Pierre, this person, they chatted. So he said, we are spiritual beings having a human experience,
Right.
not human beings having a spiritual experience.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yes.
We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not human beings having a spiritual experience.
Yes.
So this is just a little part of our long journey. So spiritual world and coming back here. Very, very, just one scene. If we look at the whole picture. So that's important, understanding spirituality. So second one is understanding of nature. As you already know this. Meishu-sama says that nature teaches us everything. If you look at nature closely and carefully, the answer is already there. Nature is much more intelligent than most of us can imagine. The more we align ourselves with the principles and processes of nature, the better our lives will become. That's its nature. So number three, third one is gratitude. So learn to be grateful for what you receive, even when experiencing pain and suffering. Challenges are opportunities for us to learn and grow. For instance, sickness is a process that purifies our spirit, mind, and body to become healthier. Also, the more we appreciate the good things in life, the more we attract them to us. So I really appreciate for this teaching, especially gratitude. So since I became a member of Shumei, I totally stopped to get the medication I was taking almost every morning before. I had a very, very bad digestion, and so without medicine, I couldn't go to the school when I was junior and high school student. So after I quit this my medication, I started to receive joy, and eventually a lot of toxin came out from my mouth as a phlegm. I was very shocked, but actually after that, I coughed almost for a month, almost every single day.
Wow.
One after another, the toxic stuff came out from my mouth. So it was totally black. It was totally black, and I thought maybe I have cancer or something. I was so worried, but I didn't feel any pain. And one after another, and the very dirty phlegm came out from my mouth. But at that time, I noticed that I know this smell. Why? So that was my medicine. So long time ago, I was taking this same smell of medicine every single morning. So that medicine just came out by receiving and sharing joy. So that was my special gift from God. I never forget this blessing. So since then, I quit my medication for my digestion. I became much, much healthier since then. So thank you, God. Thank you.
Wow.
Meishu-san. So that was gratitude. Okay, number 4. Love for others. So this is my favorite. Cultivate sympathy and compassion for the suffering of others. Understand that everyone has some kind of challenge in their lives, whether they show it or not. Try to see things from their perspective rather than just your own. Look for the good in others, despite differences in race, culture, or beliefs. Offer a warm smile whenever you can. Smile. Smile. Important. Number 5. Appreciation of beauty. So learn to appreciate beauty not only in the arts, but also in nature and in the human soul. Visit museums and art galleries whenever you can, and attend high-level concerts. So I later chairman of Shumei Arts Council. Jane and I talked about our upcoming concert. So please come, and that was a wonderful opportunity to purify our soul through beauty. So lastly, number 6, eternal perspective. So always think of future generation. That is very important. They are extensions of ourselves. realize that everything we do has consequences far into the future in ways that we cannot imagine. Nothing is separate from everything else, and so our actions have ripple effects in all directions. Ask yourself how you are contributing to the greater good. So we are living here now for the future next generation. So how to live in this present is very important. So this is our own responsibility for us, also for future generation. The new world that Meishu-sama spoke about is the world of light. It is a bright and shiny world, crystalline in structure. Although people could cheat others and hide their ugly parts in the age of darkness, no one can do so in the age of light. Right. This world is approaching soon. If you want to fit in, if you want to feel comfortable in the glare of brightness, do what you can to purify your consciousness and raise it to a higher level. If you can be a beacon of light in the darkness, you will be blessed with good fortune and your life will be filled with joy and happiness. I hope you will continue to share this light with others. Thank you so much. At this moment,